Hey everybody, welcome again back to my channel. And this week we're going to do Cruise Planning 101 part 2 of 3 in my series of planning for your next cruise. So let's get started. So we've gotten down to where we're about 3 months out. And when you're 3 months out, your cruise should be paid for. The cruise line, if you've registered through them, they'll send you an email that just says, hey, your final payment is due. So that's kind of a forewarning. So make sure your final payment's done. And then there's some other things you can do when it's 3 months out. And did you look at, maybe you want to have which I suggest, have a hotel before you go on your cruise. So especially if you have to fly to where the port is. So like for instance, I'm in New Orleans, so I don't have to go one day before if I'm going to go on a cruise out of New Orleans. Or if I'm going to fly to, say, Galveston and take a cruise, I can choose to go a day before if I'd like to fly over there. It's only an hour puddle jump. Or if I wanted to go to the West Coast out of LA. Now, if I'm flying up to Seattle from anywhere in the States, I do suggest a day before. One, it just adds to the excitement, and sometimes you can kind of go around the port area and explore if you've never been to Seattle, Vancouver, if you're going out of New York for somewhere to the Bahamas. It just gives you that chance to just go, I'm finally on vacation. So that's always a good thing. Also, about 3 months out, I start looking at airfare. Now, if I'm going to fly to Europe, I might do it a little bit before 3 months just to get a base price, and then just kind of look to see if maybe it's gone down a little bit. Because of COVID and everything, and I've decided just to let Norwegian book, use Norwegian for my airfare. So I've done that for my next 4 cruises that are coming out. That, and because, well, they offered a cheaper fare for me. So either the second person flies free, like I discussed last week, or I get a discount being solo. Even that was part of the deal. So airfare, a hotel if you want to book a hotel, and your cruise is paid off. So that's always an exciting time because you're getting so close to those countdown days. So I took some more notes here. Let me see. Also, for me, after COVID, I gained weight. So it's my COVID weight. So I decided that I wanted to lose a few pounds before I go on a cruise. I don't particularly gain on a cruise. You can, but I eat just proper meals, and I want to say proper, that's not the right way. I eat normal, the breakfast and the lunch and the dinner. I do have my cocktails and stuff, but there's so much walking to do, or any activities if you want to even just swim a little bit, or you're going to the beach, you're going to be active all day. I just don't put on the pounds, especially if I'm going to Europe, which is very port intensive and hot, because I'm going in the summer. So just for my own personal health and how I wanted to look, I started to have like a plan to lose a few pounds. So 3 months out is kind of a good thing if you want to lose 5 pounds even, or 10. So that goes into clothes. So whether you're going on a heat, a hot area, for instance, like some of the Europe cruises, Italy, the Greek Isles, very warm. So you want to make sure that your clothes are, you have the shorts, you have the swimsuits, you have the proper shirts. If you're going to go into some cathedrals, you want, sometimes they, you know, you have to cover your shoulders to have a scarf. So clothes planning. I knew I needed to walk, and in my part-time job I have tennis shoes, but I needed some good walking shoes. So I made sure I had a couple pairs of walking shoes. My feet are very important to me, so my legs tend to swell in that. So I just want to make sure that I have good shoes, and that goes into sandals. So just starting to get excited by, oh, I'd like to get a few dresses so that I have something for the evening. Do they fit? It's been a couple years, so some of my clothes just don't fit. So it's good to start planning like that. Make sure, and then with 3 months out and you're planning, not so much you have to lay them all out and this is what I'm going to wear, but it's just to get an idea of what you want to have, and make sure you have. If you're going up to Alaska, do you have jackets? If, depending on the time of year that you're going, are you going in May where it's a little bit cooler? If you're going the end season where it's September, layers, making sure you have. If you're going to go up on hiking or anything, do you have proper shoes? Do you have swim shoes? Do you want to buy your own goggles for snorkeling? So just a few things to think about when it's about 3 months out. So now we're getting closer to about 2 months. And at 2 months, I start looking at excursions. So there's a lot of difference between Alaska and their shore excursions, because you want to do things like the lumberjack, or you maybe want to go on a helicopter ride, you want to hike the back in, or just different things you have the options to do. So you can start planning some of the shore excursions. All cruise ships have on their website, once you've gotten in there, or even if you have it on your phone, places. So maybe it'll be like, okay, so I'm going to go to Santorini. The cruise ship will have Santorini, and it lists all these available cruise itineraries. So for me, this time they offered $50 off each shore excursion for me, solo person. So it took my advantage to go ahead and use the ship for my shore excursions. Also, it's COVID, and I just felt better just doing that. Although I have a company that I've used before, and I used them again on this upcoming trip. It's called Viator, Viator. May have heard of it. You just put in cruise port, Santorini, and it'll list a few things that they offer, a lot cheaper. And it's a very reputable company. And so Europe is very port intensive. So I have a 10-day cruise, and I'm going to like 8 ports. So doing the shore excursions can be expensive if you do something off the ship for each one. You think about family and what it's going to be. A lot of excursions on the Caribbean are more beach, more snorkeling, more sun and fun. Or if you go to New England, going up to see the fall colors, for instance, or that. So there's some excursions there, but sometimes you can just get off the boat and walk around in the little area there. So it's totally up to what your family wants, or what you want, or you and your wife want, or husband. So it's always good, and what your budget can afford. It's always a trip of a lifetime whenever you go on a cruise, and so it's good to plan out. All right, so part of my cruise planning is my cruise planner. And I start building on this, through after I've booked my cruise and stuff. But as I get closer and I start booking my actual shore excursions and my airline information, I start building a planner. This particular planner was kind of nice. I have several different kinds that I've used in the past, but I really like this one. And it just helps me be organized, and as a for my YouTube purposes, this is convenient for me. So it's just little things like that, and my airline information. Where's the ship going? This is the whole itinerary there. These are all my shore excursions. I'm using Viator for Messina, so I did discuss that before. I did the cruise ship excursions on all of them except for Messina, and I didn't like any of the choices, and I really wanted to go and show you guys Taormina, so that's why I booked through Viator. So I got my dining and everything, but the most important thing I really like about this book is it has the college rule papers in the back, and this is just for my note purposes because, you know, as we're vlogging, I go to so many ports, I'm doing something every day, whatever. I'm able to take notes so that when I share this trip with you, I'm able to share the trip and explain things to you, what I see. So that's pretty much what I've done. A lot of people do their cruise planning. They have like a little fold-out folders, and they keep all their documents together and stuff. I do have a little wallet sort of thing that I use for my passport, and my airline tickets will go in there and that. But this is pretty much important to me for the whole experience of it, I guess. And I get excited. It helps me keep the excitement going. All right, so there's my cruise planner. So on my Norwegian website, which I'm a Latitude member, and I have the account online. I also have this on my phone as well, but I'm on the computer to show you where you go and how it looks like for shore excursions. So here I have a updated, you know, I have 72 days more to go. This is the 7-day cruise on August 21st, and I go to explore and plan. And here it just kind of gives you all the things, what's happening, what's on board. And it'll give you a list of all your port stops. And over here are featured suggestions. So a lot of times I'll go like, what am I going to do in Corsica? And in Corsica, it gives you all the different types of excursions that Norwegian offers. So I can scroll down here, and if I want to see one like, okay, the highlights, admire where Napoleon, his hometown. So, and if I'm looking at this and I want it to be one of my favorites, there's a little heart right here. So you just click on that. Not that necessarily that you have to book right now, but that's just added to my favorites of what I'm interested in. It tells you the duration, activity level. If you want to know more details, it also says the price. But on mine, a shore excursion credit will be applied because I got the special, which is the $50 off. So this excursion would cost me $9 if I chose it. So I want to know more about it. And it gives me the details. So it's the highlights, tells me the cost and everything. It tells me the date and the time. Of course, it's always, sometimes it's 11:30, sometimes it's, it may give you two choices of what time you want to go. Sometimes it's only one. It depends on the port stop. It also gives you the how many hours this is planned to be. You know you're going to be in port so many hours. So it just tells you all that's going to be on that particular port. So you can just kind of scroll around. So it just helps you choose an excursion for each port or explore excursions for each port. And it's just another way to do it. I'm going in 2 months and I got all this stuff planned. Everything's booked. So started losing weight, just some little things like that. It just makes a world of difference in how I plan and the excitement of going on a cruise. So those are the things that I would do 90 days out and 60 days out. And then next week, I'm going to discuss, gosh, we're really getting close, 30 days and a week away, what to do during those times. And that kind of fits into what I'm doing now, because I'm going on a cruise and I'm at 21 days out. So this is kind of matching what I've been doing, preparing for my cruise. Have you guys subscribed yet? Because I'm really trying to get to 100 subscribers and I'm so close. So be sure to look at this video and give it a thumbs up that you like it, subscribe, and doesn't cost you anything. It just helps me out a great deal. So again, thanks for watching, spending some time with me as I explain what cruise planning is to me, and maybe you've gotten a few tips. Hey, send me some comments. I'd love to hear what you think about cruise planning, and have you ever been on a cruise, and what do you do to plan for a cruise? All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on my next one. Bye-bye.